Teams are lining up on the court. We are just about ready to go. We're about 5.5 minutes or so from the start of tonight's match. We're going to have the national anthems of both nations first, and then we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups tonight. Once again, I'm Mark Sherman, bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Glad to have you along with me. And fans, you can reach me all night long on Twitter at BroadcastMark. If you've got any questions you want to know about the team, about either team or about the match going on, or you just want to shout out, I would love to hear from you. Get a hold of me at BroadcastMark. And right now we're going to have the Japanese national anthem.
The national anthem of Japan to be sung tonight by Mr. Taiga Kunigi of the Berkeley School of Music.
And now for the USA national anthem. Wonderful job by that lady singing the USA national anthem. And I know they got her last second. Just a couple hours ago, they were scrounging around for somebody to sing the national anthem. On Wednesday, it was Julianne Fawcett on the USA national team, sang the national anthem at UCSD on Wednesday. And she is quite the singer. Has actually recorded her first single in Italy a few months ago, while playing in Italy for her Italian national team. That's Julianne Fawcett. And she's not on the roster tonight, Julianne. The USA is using a 23-man potential roster for all three of these matches. And Coach Karayan and the coaching staff are choosing 15 of those players each night. And we'll get to all the players that are going to be playing tonight in just a second. We're going to have the national team starting lineups pretty soon, and they run through these starting lineups really quick, so I don't know if I'll be able to catch up with them, but I'll tell you everybody that's out there once they get out there. We're just a couple minutes away from match time tonight. Once again, match 2 of this USA Volleyball Cup. Match 2 out of 3 between Japan and the USA. At UC San Diego, the U.S. won a really competitive 4-set match against Japan. Japan took the first set 25-23. USA came back to win 25-23, 25-22, and then 25-23 in the fourth. Competitive all the way throughout. Japan is such a good defensive and passing team. Here is the starting lineup for Japan. Number 1, Miyu Nagaoka. She's the starting opposite. Saori Kimura, she's the big gun. Number 3, starting outside hitter. Haruka Miyashita will get the start at the setter from Japan. Mizuho Ishida, the other starting outside hitter for the Japanese national team. Riho Take is in the middle, as is Aimi Kawashima. The head coach, who we'll hear from in just a bit, of the Japanese national team is Masayoshi Manabe. He took the Japan team to a bronze medal at the 2012 London Games. And here is the starting lineup for the USA women's national team. Alicia Glass will be the starting setter, just as she was last night. Lauren Gibmeyer will get the start once again in the middle. Jordan Larson-Burbach, who did not play on Wednesday, will get the start at outside hitter. Nicole Fawcett will be the opposite hitter tonight. Rachel Adams is going to be the middle blocker. And once again, Kristen Hildebrand starting on the outside. And Kristen had a phenomenal match against Japan on Wednesday. And then the libero, or libero, is Nicole Davis. Of course, as I mentioned, the head coach of USA is Karch Karai. He's assisted by Reed Sunahara and Tom Black. So here we go. We are less than a minute from the start of this match. They get things going quickly after the starting lineups. Well, fans, we are going live right now. I know we had some issues on Wednesday, some major firewall internet connectivity issues, so sorry we couldn't get you that match, but glad to be here with you tonight, and we've already checked things out at J. Sarah High School for tomorrow. We will be with you live at 7 p.m. tomorrow as well. And here we go. Japan will start things off serving. It's going to be Mizuho Ishida, outside hitter. She's a 5'9" outside hitter. She will serve first for Japan. There it is. Good pass from the USA. First swing of the night is coming from Jordan. Great dig by Japan. You'll see a lot of that. Rachel Adams is dug as well. To the outside, the star player, Saori Kimura. Great pancake dig from Glass. Kristen Hildebrand goes over the block, and she does get a touch on the block. First point of the match to the USA. Japan dug a couple of nice balls there, and you're going to see that all throughout the match. They are the best defensive team in the world. Jump serve coming here into the net. First missed serve of the night comes from Jordan Larson. Jordan is one of 2 potential jump servers on the court right now for the USA. You'll see Nicole Fawcett rip some from behind the line. Back to serve for Japan at 1-1 is Aimi Kawashima. Deep, float serve way too deep. And Japan returns the favor of the missed serve, and it's 2 serving 1. Lauren Gibmeyer into the front row for the first time in the middle. The other USA middle blocker, Rachel Adams, serving. She's got a really good serve. That one goes a few feet wide. Last night, or rather on Wednesday night, Rachel had a 5-point serving run. 2 of those were aces. One of them was an overpass. Just a phenomenal server is Rachel Adams. Her float serve barely gets above the top of the tape. Another floater coming from Japan from the lefty. That's more of a hybrid jump serve. Good pass for the USA. Hildebrand goes around the block. It was actually not much of a block for her to deal with. I'm not sure why the Japanese setter, Haruka Miyashita, brought her hands down at the last second. Pretty much gave Hildebrand anything she wanted, and she put it away. It is USA 3, Japan 2. Here's a big jump serve coming from Nicole Fawcett. She really goes for it. Good one there. Perfect pass from Japan. Back row set. Easy dig. Hildebrand again goes over the block, but she's dug by the Japanese libero. Not a good set outside. On the slide, Gibmeyer is dug. Dig for the USA. Gibmeyer again down the line, dug. Outside again to Saori Kimura, and she gets her first kill of the match on a little finesse shot over the block. A lot of long rallies coming tonight. USA is probably the top offensive team in the world. Japan, almost unarguably the best defensive team in the world. A lot of long rallies. 3-3 in set number 1. Pretty easy float serve. Hildebrand again, this time going down the line and knocking down Miyu Nagaoka. Hildebrand will serve. So Kristen with a great start to this match. She is continuing what she did on Wednesday. Good pass again by Japan to the outside. The tip is pancaked up by Fawcett. Another dig for Japan. Good dig by Nicole Davis. Back row to Fawcett. The set might be a little too tight there. Outside, it's off the block and out of bounds. That's a tool kill for Mizuho Ishida, and it's 4-4. We play best 3 out of 5 sets in international volleyball. It's rally scoring, so point every play. First 4 sets are played to 25, but you got to win by 2. The 5th set, if we get there, is played to 15, win by 2. Floater, not passed well by Kristen. Great set from Alicia Glass, and another good dig from Japan. They'll get a chance to put it away for the lead. Another tip. It's dug. Fawcett, open net. Didn't have a good approach, though. And there's the first block of the match. Give that to Lauren Gibmeyer and Jordan Larson-Burback, and the USA maintains that 1-point lead. Gibmeyer will serve. Crowd continues to fill out here at the Walter Pyramid. Good pass again from Japan. High set to the outside, and the 5th tip from Japan in the first 10 points. This one falls. They've got 2 kills off those tips. Boy, that set's coming in really high from Miyashita. There's a big difference between these two teams. The USA likes to run as fast of an offense as possible. You will very rarely see a set that high from Alicia Glass. Quick set to the middle. Rachel Adams goes off the block and around the defense. In the back row, Saori Kimura didn't really move for that one. She was leaning to her right instead of staying steady, whereas she probably could have reached that ball. Saori is a phenomenal player, star player for the Japanese team. Deep floater from the USA, too deep, but by about 12 feet. And it's 6-6. So the teams have traded side outs all the way through. I don't think anybody's got a real point or a point off their serve yet. 12 straight side outs. Deep floater is again too deep. Jordan Larson-Burback, outside hitter, will serve. Jordan, or Jor, or Govna, as her teams call her. From Hooper, Nebraska, went to the University of Nebraska, graduated in 2008, won a national championship in 2006. Her jump serve is passed perfectly. Quick set to the right side, another tip, dug by Nicole Davis, and sky back over the net. Great job by Jordan to give her team time to set up. Blocked for the USA, great cover. Good set to the right side, and a nice put away by Nagaoka. And a lot of these blocks or hits from the USA would go down against most any other team in the world. But they have got to learn to never take themselves out of the play. Always stay focused until you see that ball hit the ground, because these Japanese players are so quick and so good at digging the ball. Great set to the outside, and what a bomb. Kristen Hildebrand, my goodness, what a play. That'll take us to the first technical timeout of the set. And we're going to hear from Karch Karai again. I asked him what he was looking to get out of these matches with Japan, and, well, here's what he said. What are you looking to get out of these matches against Japan?
I think it'll be nice for our team and our athletes to play somebody besides USA across the net. And Japan is always really fun to play. They're a very well-coached team, a very well-trained team. They play great floor defense. They play with discipline in many, many ways. They control the ball better than probably any other team on the planet. Even their setting is incredible. All 6 players, if a ball comes to that player, they'll put it on the money somewhere and they'll get good swing after good swing. They're ahead of just about everybody else in the world in those phases of the game. They're a good serving team. They're not the most dominant attacking or hitting team. They don't have the tallest athletes or the most powerful or the highest jumpers, but they're a very good package, and it'll be a great test for USA.
All right, so looking to see somebody different on the other side of the court is Coach Karai, and especially against such a competitive team like Japan. It's just a wonderful experience to play another team like that. And the USA, as is Japan, not using a whole lot of Olympians on the squad. The USA, out of the 23 potential players, has 6 Olympians that could go. And Japan just has 3 Olympians on their roster. That's Saori Kimura, Yukiko Ebata, and Arisa Shinabe. For the USA tonight, they've got Jordan Larson in there, Danielle Scott Aruda, they've also got Nicole Davis, liberos in there right now. Danielle's not in there right now, but she's on the bench. We'll most likely see her pretty soon. Out of the timeout, another missed serve. And once again from Rachel Adams, first time she went wide, that time she goes deep. Once again, a side out. There have been 0 points on the serve, meaning if this game was being played about 15 years ago, the score would still be 0-0. Jump floater coming from the opposite, Nagaoka. Decent pass, good quick set to the outside. Hildebrand is dug in the back row. Nice bump set from the Japanese libero, and a block for the USA. Nicole Fawcett, Lauren Hildebrand, or rather Lauren Gibmeyer, excuse me. USA 9, Japan 8. Jump serve coming from Fawcett. Pretty good one. Great pass by the Japanese libero. Set to the outside, and Saori, nice placement with that shot. She didn't swing as hard as she could, but she saw an open spot on the court and put it just a few inches inside that end line. Saori will serve. Good float serve. Solid pass from the U.S. The slide by Gibmeyer gets to the floor. And that is a very common play in the women's volleyball game, not so much in the men's game. The slide is run generally by the middle hitter. They run behind the setter, more towards where a right side hitter would hit, jump off one leg. Very common in the women's game. You'll see both teams do it tonight. A traditional hit out of the middle is dug by Fawcett. The first real point of the game, absolutely. Jordan Larson-Burback puts the USA up by 2 for the first time tonight. I'd like to welcome our fans listening from all over the world, from Japan and watching on Fuji TV. Glad to have you with us tonight. Jump floater from Hildebrand, tips the net. There's another block, it's covered, back over the net. The USA could go up 3. From the back row, Hildebrand gets the net, she's dug. There is a tool. Oh, nope, that was not a tool. That hit from Ishida hit the antenna before it hit the hands of the USA block. Those antennas are an extension of the out-of-bounds lines, but unlike the lines, if you hit the lines, the ball's in. If you hit the antenna, the ball is out. And since Japan was the last team to touch it, the point goes to the USA. Good serve. Overpass. Chance for Gibmeyer. She's blocked. Good cover by Jordan. And then she gets the tip kill. And that is something that does not fall very often on this Japanese team. It's the first team timeout for Japan. Each team gets 2 team timeouts per set. There's also 2 automatic timeouts. Those are called technical timeouts. We've already seen one of them happen at 8, and when one team reaches 16, we'll have the second 1-minute technical timeout. Well, as you see there in the bottom left of your screen, and as I've been telling you, you can reach me throughout the match tonight and tomorrow. My Twitter handle is BroadcastMark. I'd love to hear from you. Any questions you got, or if you want to shout out, let me know where you're listening from, what your name is. I'd love to hear about your favorite player, who you're looking for tonight, at BroadcastMark. I got a tweet here from Susan, I'm going to say Jeske, J-E-S-K-E is the last name. Susan says, will we see a roster to keep track of our players? Well, we won't see a roster on the screen, unfortunately, Susan. Thank you for the tweet. We've got the scoreboard running, which is nice. We didn't have that in the past. You won't see a roster, but I'll go over every player that's here, even if they don't play pretty soon. Thanks, Susan. Quick set to the outside for Japan. Tool kill, another tip. This time Ishida throws it off the hands of Alicia Glass. Japan 10, USA 13. Riho Take, 6-foot middle blocker. Just 19 years old at the service line. High toss, deep floater, way too long. Very young squads for both national teams, which is very common in the first year of a quad. The quad is the 4-year period leading up to the Olympics and culminating in the Olympics. So since London was last year, this is the first year of the quad, and it's a time when coaches really like to use a lot of their younger players and see what they got. Good dig from Nicole Fawcett, set to the outside. Jordan Larson is dug. Set in the middle, good block from Rachel. Back row, the lefty is dug, but nobody's going to be able to get to the second contact. Good kill from the Japanese opposite, Nagaoka. And this Walter Pyramid is really filled out. We were sold out on Wednesday at UCSD. Had to turn away 250 fans. Back row set, and Fawcett puts it away off the solo block of Ishida. It's 15-11, and we're 1 point away, potentially, from that second technical timeout. And during that second technical timeout, we will hear from the Japanese head coach, Coach Manabe. Good pass from Japan, once again, set to the right side, another tip, and it'll fall in front of the diving Nicole Davis. And I imagine that'll be something Coach Karai and Coach Sunahara and Coach Black will talk to the team about during this second technical timeout. Is they've been tipping a lot. You got to expect that. Serve, tips, and that does not trickle over. Almost makes it, not quite though. We reached technical timeout number 2. Now I was also able earlier today to talk to Coach Masayoshi Manabe of Japan. Got a pretty good answer from him when I asked him why he was out here in Southern California. And this might run a few seconds after the timeout into the point, but it's a pretty good interview.
まずアメリカの女子は今世界ランキング1位なので、ぜひこうアメリカのと一緒に試合をして勉強したいと思ってきました。
First of all, United States women is ranking first in the FIVB ranking, and they want to play with the US women, and they want to learn from US women.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, or anything else you'd like to add? Feel free to say whatever you'd like.
何か他に付け加えたいことはありますか？
いや、ヘッドコーチが勝ち嫌いで現役時代ずっと試合して負けてましたから非常に彼はやっぱりミスターバレーボールと言われて素晴らしい選手なんでね、今こうやって日本の代表とアメリカの代表の監督で非常に試合ができると非常に私自身は嬉しく思ってます。
Coach is head coach for US women, and he often played with him. So when he played volleyball, so he is very looking forward to playing with him as coach.
Well, thank you. Arigato. Why did you bring your team to Southern California? What are you trying to get out of these matches with the USA?
なぜ
Meanwhile, USA misses a serve out of the timeout, and then they're right back at it. Japan misses a serve. So what I really loved hearing from both Coach Manabe and the USA coach Coach Karai was the mutual respect they have for each other. They used to play against each other, and now they get the opportunity to coach against each other, both looking to play somebody different across the net and learn something about their own teams. At the same time, they're learning something about the other team. Float serve from Adams hits the neck of a Japanese passer. They managed to keep it alive. Nicole Fawcett goes off the block and on the ground. Nice swing by Nicole. Boy, what a serve. That float serve never really dipped. It sort of stayed on the same plane. Mizuho Ishida thought it might drop a little bit. It was not doing much and just got her in the neck. 18-13 USA. Timeout number 2 for Japan. This is pretty much a warm-up for both teams leading up to the biggest tournament, the biggest yearly tournament, and this is certainly the biggest tournament this year in international women's volleyball, the 2013 FIVB World Grand Prix. It is a yearly tournament, and it'll start on August 2nd, and it's really a tough tournament for the teams that are in it. They have to play all over the world, consecutive weeks. It'll end, I believe it's actually in Japan this year, the finals. And they're just playing consistently for a month, and then the finals are in Japan the very beginning of September. And that's the biggest tournament this year. USA has won that 3 years in a row. Another bad pass from Japan. That's rare to see 2 in a row. Easy roll shot. The US could go up 6. Not so fast, says the Japanese libero. Who's going to set this one? A little bit of miscommunication. Gibmeyer takes it. Hildebrand is dug. High set outside to Saudi. And she hits it around the block. She does not get a touch on the block. It's out of bounds. And the USA is up 19-13. So a difference between tonight and Wednesday. Japan's ball control is not quite on par as to what they are used to. And there's a serve into the net. The third service error from Rachel Adams in 3 attempts. Or rather, yeah, 3rd in 4 attempts. 5 attempts. I guess she got 2 of those in. What am I saying? She's got a very, very tough float serve, does Rachel. Naoko Hashimoto, substitution into the game for Japan. She will serve. Also in there, Yukiko Ebata in the front row. She's another one of the 3 Japanese Olympians on this team. Very good outside hitter. Although she will play on the right side right now. Not a great pass for the USA. Tipped by Fawcett's dug, kept alive and sent over. Quick set to the outside. Kristen Hildebrand, deep angle swing is dug. High set to the outside, another tip. This one's blocked, kept alive. Good job by Yukiko to recover and get somewhat of a swing on that last one. Hildebrand dug again. What a long rally. Sowerty is dug, kept alive by Alicia. My goodness, somebody's got to put this ball away. Will it be Yukiko? It will not. Triple block for the USA. Oh my goodness, what a point. Just digs all over the place from both teams. This is a fun one to watch. This crowd is really getting into it. Nicole Fawcett will serve. Jumper into the bottom of the net. We saw her do that a few times on Wednesday. Her serve was for the most part on at UC San Diego. She'll keep ripping it. Courtney Thompson into the match for the first time tonight. And you hear that response for Courtney Thompson from this Long Beach crowd. A lot of people know Courtney. Also in there is Kelly Murphy, one of the younger players on the USA squad. Courtney from Kent, Washington, went to the University of Washington. Kelly Murphy from Illinois, went to the University of Florida. Kelly was actually the first ever National Freshman of the Year to come out of Florida. Very good left-handed opposite. She's playing on the outside right now. The set will go to the right side. Hildebrand is dug. Great dig by Yoshida. There's a dig by Jordan Larson. Set outside, and on Kelly Murphy's first swing, she puts it away down the line. In my interview with Karch last week, he had very good things to say about Kelly Murphy. Really excited about this young player. Good float serve. Not a great pass. Good setup to Saori, or rather to Ishida, and Mizuho Ishida puts it away. Good aggressive swing from Mizuho. Japan's been tipping a lot of roll shots off speed. That was really a good swing. Floater, good pass by Kristen Hildebrand. Kelly Murphy is dug, but there's a net violation, I believe, on Mizuho Ishida, and it's point USA.
22-16. Lauren Gibmeyer back to serve for the USA.
Lauren Gibmeyer, middle blocker, will serve. Floater, high pass, again chasing the setter to the left side of the court, but a good set and another good aggressive swing from Ishida gets the job done. Substitution for Japan. Back into the game is Miyu Nagaoka, replacing Naoko Hashimoto. So it looks like Coach Manabe wants Nagaoka in the front row and Hashimoto in the back row. Serve from Japan. Pass, chasing Courtney to the right side. Another set to Kelly Murphy, and great swing by Kelly Murphy. She found that hole in the block, and she put it right there and in front of the back row middle defensive player on Japan. Great play by Kelly Murphy. She has a good jump serve, but she'll come out right now as Alicia Glass comes back in as the setter. Nicole Fawcett back into the front row, replacing Courtney Thompson. And that is in no way Karch Karai saying you guys did a bad job to Courtney and Kelly. That's actually a design substitution. I'll talk about that in a bit. Phenomenal couple swings from Kelly Murphy. Alicia Glass, deep floater. Last second decision to be passed. Set to the outside, another block. Another set to the outside, tight, it's tipped and kept alive. Oh, that's tight too, but great job to deal with that from Nicole Fawcett. My goodness, I thought there was no way she would even get that ball over the net, much less around the block. And that'll bring us to set point in set number 1, 24-17, USA. It'll be a jump floater as the crowd gets on their feet. Pretty easy one, perfect pass from Japan. Quick set to the outside, another tip, a block. This one will get to the ground. Nicole Fawcett says none of that. And set 1 goes to the USA 25-17. That was just dominated by the USA. So you heard Karch talk about how the team reacted to losing in the Olympics. Now here's a clip from our interview about how he is trying to get the USA back to that gold medal match and win it this time for the USA.
As soon as they got back here, I think one of the first things I told them was, look, it starts with me. None of us have ever done this well enough because this program has never won what it really wants to win at some point, and I know it will win at some point. This program, someday the USA women are going to win a gold medal at the Olympics. I'm trying to help that happen sooner rather than later. I can't make any guarantees, I know that. But I was a part of the last campaign, and that came up with something that we should be really proud of, a silver medal, but we wanted something more. And I think one of the first things I told them was, look, it starts with me. None of us have ever done this well enough because this program has never won what it really wants to win at some point, and I know it will win at some point. This program, someday the USA women are going to win a gold medal at the Olympics. I'm trying to help that happen sooner rather than later. I can't make any guarantees, I know that. But I was a part of the last campaign, and that came up with something that we should be really proud of, a silver medal, but we wanted something more. And having been a part of that, I know that I too wasn't good enough. So it starts with me in terms of we all have to be better than we've ever been before, and we all have to be absolutely dedicated to learning and improving. So really, priority number one is learning. Priority number two, preparation. Being the best prepared individuals and team that we can be. Priority number three is just competing our tails off, because that's what volleyball is really all about. How do we compete like crazy and still be good teammates and still be supportive of each other, even though we're competing hard across the net. And the fourth is just how do we unite? How do we really, really be a team and have, when there is no chance that we'll win an Olympic gold medal, which the women will do someday. I don't know if it's going to be in this quadrennium or sometime in the future, but you cannot win a gold medal without getting through some really serious adversity and taking some punches and getting knocked to the ground a few times. And the only way we pick ourselves up is if we do it together, and we can absolutely trust each other. To bear together and trust the system and trust the individuals on the court to make it happen. And so we must unite. We must have a really good sense of trust in each other and a good sense of team.
Boy, what I really love about what I hear from Karch is, and I really learned this during the interview, was how you can tell how much he cares about this program. He is so focused, and that's one thing as a player. He was such a focused player. He wanted to get the job done on the court, and coaching this team, he says he is all about indoor volleyball. I talked to him a little bit about the beach game, and he didn't not want to answer those questions, but he was really trying to get stuff about the indoor game in there, and you could just tell how focused he was on this team and getting this team to a place where they can have a chance to win a gold medal. Got another tweet here. A couple more tweets. I'll get to them in just a second at broadcast mark. Right now, we're going to start set number 2. The USA is up 1-0. Jump serve coming from Govna. Jordan Larson. Good pass from Japan and a rip from the right side. Nice swing by Miyu Nagaoka. And maybe Coach Masayoshi Manabe told his team, we got to be more aggressive. And right there, Nagaoka said, okay, coach, how about this? Aimi Kawashima. Great float serve right to the sideline. Good set from Nicole Davis. The tip is blocked. First block of the match for Japan. That was Nagaoka and Otake. Another jump floater coming from Aimi. That one's a bit easier. Nice pass. Good swing from the right side, but a great dig. Once again, Nagaoka. That ball lands out of bounds. Very close to a block for the USA, but it turns out to be another kill for Nagaoka. 3 straight points for Japan in set number 2, and all 3 of those points are credited to Miyu Nagaoka. Good float serve, perfect pass from the USA. Good set to the middle, and there's a kill. The first time we've seen Paolini in the match tonight. Peo, her teammates call her. Lauren Paolini, middle blocker, 6'4" middle blocker. Other than Lauren on the court, it looks like the same lineup for the USA. Lauren's playing instead of Rachel Adams. Lauren's serve is passed well. And a good swing down the line by Saori Kimura. Good swing from her. She is a superstar in Japan. And I got a chance to talk to her too just after I talked to Coach Manabe, and we'll hear part of my interview with Saori later tonight between sets 3 and 4 if we get there, or during tomorrow's match if we don't get there. Good pass by the USA, and another kill out of the middle by Lauren Gibmeyer. Gibmeyer, 6'2" middle blocker from St. Paul, Minnesota. She went to the University of Minnesota, which is, by the way, now where Hugh McCutcheon is the head women's volleyball coach. After he got done in London last year, he went straight over to the University of Minnesota to start a rigorous women's volleyball season. Another tip by Japan. This one's dug, and a big swing from Kristen Hildebrand. She caught the net, but not enough of it to slow the ball down very much. She has been very aggressive swinging in these first 2 matches of the USA Volleyball Cup. Jumper from Nicole Fawcett goes into the net. That toss was a bit too far out in front of Nicole. Tried to catch up to it, couldn't get it over the net. Saori will serve. As you see, Saori's got her first name. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see it. Saori's got her first name on the back of her jersey. A lot of the Japanese players have their last name. Meanwhile, a missed hit on the right side. That was that slide set to the middle hitter, Lauren Gibmeyer. It's 5-3, Japan in the lead in set 2. It is Japanese preference whether they have their first name on the back of the jersey. Quick set to the outside. Miyashita and Otake once again. Well, Japan has turned up their level of play. They're up 6-3 after losing set 1. Saori's serve. Good short float serve. It'll be an ace for Saori Kimura, and timeout coming for the USA. Or are we at technical? Yep, we're at 8 points. I thought we were at 7. We're at 8 points, 8-3. Japan in set number 2. My goodness, what a turnaround from set 1, where Japan, to be honest, looked a little bit lethargic on the court. USA was all over them, but now very aggressive swings, especially by Miyu Nagaoka, and we saw Saori Kimura bang one. And Japan's first 2 blocks of the match have come in this set. That accounts for 5 of their 8 points. A missed serve by the USA. Japan is just looking better in set 2 right now. We expected very competitive sets from these 2 teams. Very competitive matches throughout this week. Japan had one of their best showings. Well, they did have their best showing in a long time at the Olympics in London. They got the bronze medal. The U.S., of course, got the silver medal. And it was the first time in a long time that Japan medaled at the Olympics. Now, they won the gold medal. I believe that was back in 1976. I'll have to check to make sure I'm right on that. I think I'm remembering that correctly. Teams are back on the court, 8-3 Japan. Got a tweet here from Haibin Lee, says, nice job commentating, fella. Well, thanks to you, Haibin. Watching 2 of my favorite teams late at night from London, England, all the way from London. Thanks for that, Haibin. Hope you're enjoying it. Another dig for Japan, set to the outside. Another unaggressive swing, doesn't go down. Kristen Hildebrand goes around the block. Perfect dig from the libero. Roll shot, blocked. Out of the back row, Saori tries to place that one. The diving Nicole Davis says no. And a perfectly placed swing down the line, right on the sideline, about a foot inside the end line. Good kill from Nicole Fawcett. Or was that Hildebrand? I think I might have seen that wrong. Hildebrand will serve. Jump floater, good float serve, no spin on that serve whatsoever. What a set to the outside, but another roll shot, but it'll fall, and that's a ball that should never fall in the middle of the court. I guess it's a well-placed shot by Ishida, but Hildebrand a little bit late to react on that one. In the back row is 9-4 Japan. Floater, passed well by Kristen. Not perfect, but not bad. There's a roll shot from the USA, dug back over the net, and then a net violation on the Japanese setter Haruka Miyashita. That will give the point to the U.S. Gibmeyer will be the server. Back into the front row is Lauren Paolini. Another jump floater, pretty good one. Out of the back row, kill. Another big swing from Nagaoka. Nagaoka plays at the club team, Hisamitsu Springs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 15 players on this Japanese roster play for Hisamitsu Springs in Japan, professional club volleyball team. Pretty good serve from Miyashita, not a bad pass. Set on the slide, Paolini has done a great job reaching over the railing to keep it alive by Ishida. Quick set to the outside, huge swing from Jordan Larson Burback. All the players here tonight play professional club volleyball somewhere in the world. That's half their lives. The other half is playing for their respective countries' national teams. Most of the Japanese players play in Japan. The U.S. players are all over the place. Good pass. And rewarding Ishida with that good pass was Miyashita. And Ishida got the kill. Japan 11, USA 6. U.S. won the first set pretty handily. Not a great pass. Quick set to the outside. Great set from Alicia Glass. Good block by Nagaoka again. Set to the middle. That might have been a bit low. To the outside. Saori is blocked. It's kept alive. To the outside again. Saori tips it. Blocked. Kept alive. All the way to the right side. Nagaoka. Another big swing. Great diving dig by Nicole Davis. Good set to the right side. Probably should have been a harder swing from Jordan. Boy, another long rally in the middle. Oh my goodness, almost a phenomenal dig from Yoshida, Mami Yoshida, but the kill goes to Peo, Lauren Paolini out of the middle. The Governor's back to serve. See if she dials up the jumper. She will. Good pass from Mami to the right side, and Nagaoka cannot swing at that one. That set was a bit too quick and a bit too far outside. She couldn't catch up to it. That's more of a set you'll see from the USA. They run a much faster offense than Japan. Good serve, kept alive by Japan. High set to the outside. Oh, going over the block is Hildebrand, but she's dug. Another dig by a libero, this time for the USA, and that swing goes just out of bounds wide from Peo. Japan gets the point and maintains a 4-point lead. Kawashima to serve. Jump floater from her, deep. That's going to be way too deep. Boy, right when she hit that, I was like, that is almost going to make it to the stands. Peo back to serve. Gibmeyer back into the front row. Jump floater just clears the net. Overpass, an opportunity for the U.S. to get within 2. Nicole Fawcett is dug. Nagaoka. Nice dig for the U.S. Hildebrand goes over the block, doesn't get a touch this time. And it goes wide and long. Point, Japan. Nagaoka to serve. Jump. It's a hybrid serve. Nice serve by the lefty. Good pass for the U.S. And then Nagaoka gets the dig. To the outside, Saori. Blocked. That won't be brought up by the Japan team. Gibmeyer and Fawcett keep this set number 2 respectable. That was an important point. They're still just down 3, which is very in reach, rather than down 5. Jumper coming from Fawcett. Pretty easy one in comparison to what she normally does, but a tight set, and my goodness, from my view, I thought the USA blocked that, but somehow Japanese middle blocker snuck that inside between the blocker's hands and the net and got it to fall down on the USA side. Into the game again, Courtney Thompson. She'll be the setter from the back row, and Kelly Murphy is into the front row. A serve on Jordan Larson. Great serve from Saori. And again, just like we saw the USA do in set number 1 and hit one of the Japanese players in the neck, this float serve never really dipped. And a good float serve, you're never sure what it's going to do. It has no spin on it, almost like a knuckleball in baseball, just like that one. Good pass that time from Jordan. Nice job to keep that alive by Ishida. Saori puts it over in the middle. Saori with the dig. Running it down is Mami. And sending it over is Ishida. Who's it going to be this time? It'll be in the middle. Gibmeyer's dug. High set to the outside. Great dig by Davis. Out of the back row. Jordan gets the kill. Saori again guessed a little bit. Going to her left. The ball hit the block. Careened to Saori's right. She didn't have time to regroup and run over there and dig it. Good job by Jordan Larson Burback to end the point. And there's an ace serve for the USA. Kristen Hildebrand. 12-15. USA back within 3. Jump floater. Way too deep. 3-point for Japan. And that will bring us to technical timeout number 2 of set number 2. Got another tweet here at Broadcast Mark. This one's from Caitlin Beauregard. Says, loving Team USA bench's celebration dances after winning a point. And I haven't really been paying attention to that, Caitlin, but I will now. And what I can say to that is on Wednesday, I was sitting right next to the USA bench for sets 1 and 3. And they were getting the crowd going. When the USA lost 2 or 3 points in a row, the bench of Team USA would start a USA chant, and within literally 5 seconds, no exaggeration, within 5 seconds, the entire stadium, the entire Rimac Arena would be chanting USA. So the bench of the USA is very into it. Now's a good time, I think, to go over the players that haven't played yet, but they are here tonight. Danielle Scotto-Ruda is on the bench, middle blocker for the USA. Danielle has played in 5 Olympic Games for the USA. 96 in Atlanta, 2000 in Sydney, 04 in Athens, 08 in Beijing, 2012 in London. I'm surprised I remembered all those, but she has played in 5 Olympics. That is an indoor volleyball record for anybody wearing a Team USA jersey. She's on the bench, and she will likely come in sometime this match. Also, Cassidy Listerman is there. I'll go over the rest in just a second. Pretty good serve, nice pass by Kristen Hildebrand. The swing does not get a touch on the block, according to all the referees, even though Jordan really thought she got a touch on the block. So Cassidy Lichtman, who played on Wednesday, is also in the gym and suited up for the USA, as is Kayla Banwarth libero and Kim Hill, outside hitters, who we saw play a lot on Wednesday. She is available tonight. Serve goes out, point the USA, and it's 13-17. Back into the front row is Peo. Back to serve is Gibmeyer. Good pass for Japan. Quick set to the outside that time. Good swing, but a great dig by the middle blocker in the back row. Another chance for Ishida. Off the block, dug again by Gibmeyer. Great quick set to the right side for Murphy, but a nice dig from Saori. Set to the back row for Japan, and a block. Peo and the governor. Gibmeyer will serve again. Nice digs from the middle blocker in the back row, who generally, they're not known for their defensive prowess, but it's really nice when you get a dig from your middle in the back row. Of course, all these players have really good ball control, so it's not unusual. And another dig. Will anybody be able to catch up to it? Oh my goodness, Courtney Thompson, are you kidding me? To get to that ball before it got to the ground. Boy, oh boy, I thought there was no chance Courtney or Kristen, both running for that ball, would get to it. Good job by Courtney to get a touch. The point goes to Japan. They maintain a 4-point lead. Serving is the setter Miyashita. Good deep float serve. A lot of good serves this set from Japan. It's an overpass, and it's another kill for Nagaoka. Timeout coming from head coach Karch Karai and Team USA. Or not. Is there a timeout? There is not a timeout called. Has he already used both of his timeouts? No, I think he's got both of them left. I thought he was taking a timeout. The scoreboard thought he was taking a timeout since they rang the bell, but he's not. Good pass by the USA. Peo puts it away. Nice cross body swing. Boy, she was faced all the way to the right side of the opposite court and turned her arm all the way across her body to send it back towards the other sideline and got the kill. First jump serve of the night coming from Kelly Murphy. The lefty serves it into the net. And now she'll come out of the game, going to be replaced again by Alicia Glass. And then Courtney Thompson will come out to be replaced by Nicole Fawcett.
Also back at number 14, Nicole Fawcett, and number 3, Courtney Thompson.
So generally a team runs a 5-1 offense. That means 5 hitters and 1 setter, so the setter plays all the way around. Then there is a 6-2 offense where you always have 3 hitters in the front row and a setter in the back row. This is different from both of those. I'll explain. Good dig from Japan. Saori might have had the kill. It was covered though. The USA gets another kill from Lauren Paolini. So I talked to Karch before the match and asked him about the way he's running his offense with the setters, and he said that they are running a 5-1 all the way around. They're using a double sub after 9 rotations. So Alicia Glass is the starting setter. She'll serve, and then she'll serve again. And once she gets back to the front row, they make that double sub, and they have another 5-1 offense in there, but with Courtney Thompson and Kelly Murphy instead. And then when Kelly Murphy gets back to the back row and Courtney Thompson gets to the front row, they put their original 5-1 back in. So it's not quite a 6-2, and it's not quite a traditional 5-1. It's a double sub 5-1. And if that was confusing to you, that makes sense because it's still a little bit confusing to me, but I like the strategy. Karch says a lot of teams are starting to use it even in college in the women's game. And it works out for USA. Set to the outside. Hildebrand, roll shot over the block. Great dig by Japan. Really high set. That's a tough one to hit. Good job to keep it in by Saori. Block for Japan. They're really picking it up at the net. Big swing from Fawcett. Jumping right into it was Miyashita. Paolini. Oh my goodness, what a dig from Japan. Another good dig. Nope, that's going to be a kill. Boy, oh boy, it is hard to get the ball to the ground against Japan. We'll have a sub for the Japanese team. Aimi Kawashimi coming back in for Yuki Ishii. So Ishii was in there to serve. And she comes back out of the game. Good pass again from Japan. Set to the right side. Good dig from the U.S. that time, but the second one will not be controlled by Gibmeyer. Fawcett was there. She probably could have set it. Wasn't really in a great position, but Gibmeyer said, oh, no, I can get there. She did get there. Got a touch on it, but didn't really control it. A bit sloppier play from the USA than they had in set number 1. And on the other side of things, Japan has really tightened things up. Jump floater. Ooh, that was really close to a foot fault. I think it was a foot fault, but it is an ace serve for Japan. And I'm getting a thumbs up from multiple people in the crowd, actually, including Mr. Paul Sunderland, who's sitting in front of me right now. Of course, you'll know the name Paul Sunderland and the voice of Paul Sunderland. Called the Olympic Games in London and I believe in Beijing as well, and has been calling men's national team World League matches. Phenomenal play-by-play announcer. Does all kinds of sports. I saw him at the Big West Track and Field Championships at Cal State Northridge. He's in attendance tonight. A lot of people here tonight. We've got a timeout on the floor. Japan 23, USA 17. Got a tweet here from, I got a couple new followers. Thanks for following me. Andy Hine just followed me. What's up, Andy? Andy Hine, a professional volleyball player from Newport Beach, California. I got a tweet from JT Maximus. All it says is @BroadcastMark. I'm going to just assume you want a shout out. So what's up, JT? Thanks for the tweet. Thanks for watching. Serve at 23-17 from Japan. Good pass. Set to the outside. Hildebrand, my goodness, on an open net, a phenomenal dig from Japan. They'll make the USA do it again. To the right side. One blocker up and one ball down from Nicole Fawcett. Good, quick set, and that is what that quick offense does for the USA. Only one blocker up for Nicole Fawcett to deal with because the middle hitter in there for Japan, Riho Atake, did not have time to get all the way out there to put up the second block. Good jump serve, but another good pass from Japan. Saudi is dug. Dump attempt, Alicia Glass found the court. Good play from Alicia. That dig was very low. Not much time for Alicia to react. She saw an open court in the back corner of the Japanese side and put the ball right there. 2 straight points out of the timeout for the USA. Ace serve. 20-23. Is there going to be a timeout? There is going to be a timeout from Coach Manabe and Team Japan. I got a few more tweets here. This one coming from I Am the Macrocosm. Says, Broadcast Mark, is it possible to run a 3-person 5-1 offense with Kelly Murphy setting along with Alicia Glass and Courtney Thompson? That's an interesting question. Thanks for that. I Am the Macrocosm. You know, I've never seen a 3-setter 5-1 run. I'm not sure how it would look. I know what you're saying, though, with Kelly Murphy, because Kelly Murphy did run a 6-2 offense in college at the University of Florida. Kelly would hit when she was in the front row. She would set a lot when she was in the back row, so she is a very good setter. But I actually mentioned that in talking about the setting with Karch. He talked about Kelly's ability to set, but they want her right now purely as a right side hitter. Thanks for that. I Am the Macrocosm. Jumper from Fawcett. She got an ace last time. Might have had one there if it didn't hit the net. Saudi blocked. It is not covered. And the USA has found something here late. They are on a 4-0 run. Still down 2, though. Japan just looking for a side out. And there's that first USA chant I've heard all night long. It is starting now, and it's starting to go throughout the crowd. Jump serve tips the net. Very high pass. This is probably going to be a diggable ball. It is. To get within 1. Kristen Hildebrand off the block, but she's dug. Another high set out to Saori Kimura. Saori is blocked, and it falls in. Gebmeyer, Glass. And timeout number 2 for Japan. Oh my goodness, what a job by the USA to fight here in set 2. It looked like Japan was going to run away with it to tie things up at 1 set apiece. The USA has run off 5 straight points off strong serving from Nicole Fawcett. It is now 23 Japan, 22 USA. There's that second tweet I was sort of expecting from JT Maximus. After that initial tweet, he now says, Why can't the outside hitters pull the ball down? What are your thoughts? And my thoughts on that, JT, is just a phenomenal defense by Japan. These outside hitters for the USA are some of the best in the world. Extremely strong offensive team. But Japan is just so strong on defense. I was watching them during practice today, JT. They practiced here at the Walter Pyramid at about 10:30 in the morning, and they were practicing by not putting any blockers up and hitting the ball in an open net, and they were digging the ball like crazy. Thanks for that, JT. Jump serve coming from Fawcett at 22-23. It's another good one. Perfect pass this time. Set to the back row. Nagaoka blocked, covered, over the net. Gibmeyer is dug. That is not a good set, though. No chance for Saori to get it. And the USA has tied things up. Substitution for Japan into the game is Kotoki Zayasu. She's a setter. She's replacing an outside hitter, Mizuho Ishida, in the back row. I think they want her for her passing right now. Boy, to see a setter subbed in to no, she's a libero, sorry. Zayasu, the libero, in the back row to pass. They serve it at the other libero, then Zayasu sets it. Another block for the USA. Saori, can she put it away? Yes. No, she can't. My goodness. It's 23-23. Saori says, how about that? My goodness, a phenomenal shot by Saori Kimura. How did she cut that ball inside the arms of the USA block and make it land in bounds? What a play by Saori in such a pressure situation. Set point, set number 2 for Japan. Float serve. Good pass for the US. Outside, Hildebrand rips one deep middle. 24-21, rather 24-24. Not sure why I started to say 21, but it's 24-24. Kristen Hildebrand will serve. Will the Japanese team go to Saori? She's in the back row. They go outside. Good angle swing. Nicole Davis keeps it alive. Outside set to take the lead. The tip falls to the ground, and the USA has set point in set number 2. From 23-17 down to 25-24 up. The fans are on their feet. Kristen Hildebrand again. Float serve, good one. Great pass from Japan. Back row, Nagaoka. She puts that ball out of bounds. No touch on the block. The USA completes a phenomenal comeback. They outscored the Japanese 9-1 to finish that set. Boy, oh boy, I don't think anybody in here was expecting that as set 2 progressed, but that's what happened. The USA is up 2-0, and Japan will have to rebound from that and win 3 straight sets to win this match. Well, normally in international volleyball, we've just got 3 minutes between each set, but the coaches, Coach Manabe for Japan and Coach Karai for the USA, decided earlier on this week they were going to have a 10-minute break between sets 2 and 3, so that's what we got. I'm going to take this time to play a little bit of an extended portion of my interview with Coach Karai. This is Karch talking about more of his in-game strategy and what he's looking to do with this team, and it's really pretty interesting. I think you can learn a lot about this team from this 3-minute and 45-second clip. Here you go.
What kind of offense are you running with this team?
We're running a really fast offense, and we're finding it's a handful to defend. Our offense is probably better than our defense right now, but at least we get to face it every day. And lots of other teams, even if they see it on video, I don't think they're going to understand or be able to really train for how fast we're playing things. And that's creating some real point-scoring opportunities for us. When you run faster, the block is less well-formed. There are more holes in it, more daylight to shoot for or to swing for. And it's a good combination so far. It helped us win our one and only tournament that we played this year, the Pan Am Cup, and now we got Grand Prix coming up. We won't have all of our players who are returnees for this quad, but we'll have a good amount of them, and it should be fun to see what happens.
Does your offense change at all based on which setter you have in?
It does. Our offense does not change based on what setter we have in, and we have 4 main setters this year: Alicia Glass, Jenna Hagelin, Courtney Thompson, and Caitlin Donahue, and they're all about trying to run a significantly faster offense than we have run in years past. And the faster we run it, the more stress we put on opposing blockers. They have to struggle, they will struggle to get in the right spot to block us.
What about defense? You said your offense is a bit stronger than your defense right now. What needs to change on defense?
We're pretty good defensively. It's just we're running such a fast offense that it's really hard for the offense has a lot of advantage. If we play most other teams who play a little slower than our defense, then everybody's going to feel like they have all the time in the world to get set up, make the right read, be in a good balanced position, and the game will just seem slower and to slow down by comparison. So right now our offense does have the advantage in our own gym, but our defense is actually quite good. It's just that it's hard when we're playing it that fast on the other side of the net.
Which is the goal,
yes,
with the good offense.
Exactly.
What about passing strategy? That's something that's different, I feel like, just watching the game between men's and women's. And one reason is because the women's net is lower and that ball can come down, especially on a float serve, a lot faster, a lot lower, tougher to pass. Is that something you have to deal with during and coaching the women's game?
Yes, the most effective serve in women's volleyball is a jump float, a jump knuckleball, a serve that has 0 spin on it. The most effective serve in men's volleyball is a jump spin serve, basically an attack from behind the end line. And some of the great servers out there, like Clay Stanley, probably hit it 80 miles an hour plus, and there's very little time to react. We have a jump spinner who is really doing a nice job this year and hitting the ball very hard, Nicole Fawcett. But other than that, all of our effective servers, and we have another opposite, Kelly Murphy, who also hits a jump spin. But other than that, our most effective servers are all, and the vast majority of our servers are jump floaters. And so we have to be really good with what we call our angles with our forearm platform, and we have to be able to see the ball immediately off the hand of the server and track it down quickly and let it do a lot of the work.
All right, so we just heard from Karch about his offense, defense, passing strategy, and I was really interested in the passing about the difference between the men's and women's game, and a lot of float serve in the women's game. And right now I am sitting next to CEO of USA Volleyball, Mr. Doug Beal. How are you, Doug?
Great. Nice to be with you. It's a great night for us, a great crowd again, and we're very excited to bring some volleyball to Southern California, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a phenomenal crowd. Sold out at UC San Diego, full house tonight. So as we heard Karch talk about his offensive strategy, trying to run things faster, you're somebody who also implemented a new strategy when you were the coach of the USA men's national team back in the early 80s. Can you talk a little bit about that, how you implemented a new strategy and what that strategy was and why you had to do it?
Yeah, you're not that old to remember that, though, are you? Yeah.
Oh, I did a little research.
Okay. I think every coach tries to bring their own sort of style or put a brand on the team, and I admire the heck out of Karch because he has a philosophy. He wants to implement a certain way to play, and I think part of being a good coach is to have that philosophy and sell it to your team. So whether it's radically new or just selling a certain priority that you have for what are the important skills, I think is a big part of being good. Karch certainly understands that, and I think he's sold it to the kids. They bought into it. They're working hard to implement that, and I think it's going to be one of the reasons why they're going to be a very good team.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Just Karch as the head coach. What was the decision-making process that eventually elected Karch as the head coach? Did you invite him personally to be the head coach?
Yeah, essentially. You know, I talk to a lot of people. I have the authority to make that selection. I think everybody knows this is not going to shock anybody. Karch is a pretty special guy. He was a pretty unique and very remarkable player. Over the last 4 years as our women's team assistant, I think he demonstrated that he's got those same characteristics and same passion and same commitment and same dedication to coaching that he had as a player. And I think he developed the patience and the teaching skills to communicate his ideas and to connect with the players. Honestly, in my view, both Karch and his staff, John Speraw on the men's side and his staff are perhaps as good, or if not better, than any staff we've ever had. I am extraordinarily excited for what they can do, how they can connect with the players, and how they're going to, I think, be significant in growing the sport in this country.
That's wonderful praise for those two guys, Coach Speraw and Coach Karayan. Yeah, I was telling the fans earlier, that's one of the things I noticed in my interview last week with Karch, was just how dedicated and focused on this team he was. He cares so much about this team's how this team succeeds, and he's doing everything he can to get him back to the gold medal match. And so you, as CEO, as somebody you said has a lot of decision-making power, and just you've been around USA Volleyball your entire life, a player, a coach, then a coach again, then the CEO. Where would you like to see USA Volleyball go in the future as far as promoting it, as far as making it a better-known sport in the USA like it is in the rest of the world?
Yeah, you know, the quick answer to that, I think, is we've got to get over a certain hurdle or a hump here in the United States where volleyball becomes a commercially viable sport, where when we have a match like this, we regularly, no matter what part of the country we're in, would have a crowd like this. You know, virtually a sellout for a friendly match, an exhibition match. That,
we had to turn people down at San Diego.
Yeah, exactly. 300 or 400 people got turned away. I think that's where we have to go. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to focus on for the next, you know, the balance of this quad. And I think we can get there. I think we have to sell our players individually, which is a challenge in a team sport like volleyball. I think people have to know who the individuals are. They have to know who Jordan is. They have to know who Destiny Hooker is. They have to know who Courtney Thompson. I think they have to know the individuals so that we can market the sport and make this sport commercially a real sport that competes with so many other options that are available in the sporting world in our country. And I think, if possible, we've got to make an effort at professional indoor leagues. I think that's going to be a big part of it too.
That'd be great. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. It's great to hear the CEO of USA Volleyball so enthused about it. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you again in the future. And
happy to do it.
Safe travels tomorrow.
Good. Thanks very much, and thanks for doing the streaming. I think that's a big part of this too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Doug. So that was CEO Doug Beal, and just like Karch, you can tell how much he cares about USA Volleyball. Teams are back on the court for the start of set number 3. Boy, so much fun to talk to Doug Beal. And Doug Beal is a guy who has 2 doctorates, a master's, a bachelor's, and hates being called Dr. Beal, not even Mr. Beal. He wants me to call him Doug. Feels funny, but whatever. Thanks for the interview, Doug. Team's back on the court. Good dig by Japan to start things off. Set to the right side, and Nagaoka throws it off the block for the kill. Boy, and my Twitter is just starting to blow up. I'm getting more and more tweets. I'll get to absolutely as many of them as I can throughout the match during the timeouts. Thank you for getting a hold of me at Broadcast Mark. U.S. is up 2-0. Can Japan rebound from a big-time USA comeback? There's a good swing out of the middle. And there is Danielle Scott Aruda. She has played in more Olympics than any other USA volleyball athlete. 5 Olympic Games, and she is shooting for a 6th. Jump serve from Jor. Good pass from Japan. Good dig from Alicia Glass. Actually, I thought it was going to stay on the USA side of the net. It goes over the net and out of bounds. Point Japan, 2-1. Aimi Kawashima will serve. Into the front row goes the other middle blocker, Riho Otake. Jump floater, deep one. That one probably would have landed right on the back line. High set to Kristen Hildebrand. Roll shot, and that works for Kristen because she has been hitting the ball so hard for the last 2 matches on Wednesday and tonight. She very rarely takes speed off the ball, so when she does, it throws that defense off and very often allows her to get a kill like that. 2-2. Danielle Scott to serve. Good pass, perfect pass from Japan. The set goes over the head of the middle. Nice job by Mizuho to save it. Not a good set to Peo in the middle. And a kill from Ishida. Nice kill by Mizuho. Got a tweet here from Solus Veritas. Says, hey Mark, what's up Solus? Says, can I get a shout out for the Santa Teresa High School Girls Volleyball Program in San Jose, California? Thanks, Coach P. Well, absolutely, Coach P. Hello to the Santa Teresa High School Girls Volleyball Program in San Jose. Glad to have you listening in and watching. Big time swing from Fawcett, but it's out of bounds. Point to Japan. Japan 4, USA 2. Back at the service line is Miyu Nagaoka. Hybrid serve, great hybrid serve, but a perfect pass. Peo is dug in the back row. Japan to go up 3. Nagaoka blocked. No, she's not blocked. That ball never cleared the top of the net. So that's a point for the USA. That hybrid serve is actually pretty cool. Nagaoka tosses it up like a jump float serve, but then her arm swing and the top spin she puts on the ball is like a traditional jump spin serve. We call it a hybrid. Not a good pass. Last second decision to pass that one by Mami. Outside, Hildebrand rips one, but she's roofed. Otake and Miyashita. Mizuho to serve. Deep float serve, way too deep and out of bounds. Got a few more tweets here at Broadcast Mark. It's coming from Victoria. Just says, Broadcast Mark, hello. Well, hello to you, Victoria. Thanks for the tweet. Got one from Bob Trinzy. Wants a shout out in Delaware. Shout out from Bob in Delaware. Go USA. Well, hello, Bob. Thanks for watching. And absolutely go USA. Go Japan, too. They are playing some phenomenal ball. Good dig there. High set to the outside. Oh, good. Tricky play by the governor. But a great job by Japan to recognize and send it back over. The slide. Paolini hits it out of bounds. Boy, oh boy. Jordan Larson with really a tricky, quick play to send that ball back over the net, and Japan was all over it. Float serve, deep one, good pass by Kristen. Chases Alicia a little bit to the left side of the court. Good job by Jor to keep that one in, and then against no blocker, Aimi puts it away. It'll be 7-4, so nice job by Japan. I really like how they've come out to start this third set. They could have just given up after that second one, after the USA finished on a 9-1 run to win the second set. Phenomenal job by Japan here in set 3 to rebound right away and get on top. Overpass from the USA, set to the outside. Kill by, who was that? That was Yuki Ishii, and that'll bring us to technical timeout number 1 of set number 3, and it'll give me a chance to get through some more of your tweets. Got one from Emily Podswite. Says, hope it's this exciting tomorrow. Hashtag USA, hashtag fan. What's up, Emily? Thanks for the tweet. Emily is the daughter of our producer tonight, Matt Podswite, up manning the camera and the sound, doing a phenomenal job and really cares about this webcast for the USA and making sure that things run very smoothly. So thanks for that, Matt. And thanks for the tweet, Emily. I hope things are this exciting tomorrow, too. We've had a couple of very, very competitive matches. Got one from Allie Webster. Says, what do you think USA needs to improve on in order to gain a gold medal? Thanks for that, Allie. And you know what? I don't really know. I mean, they were in position, #1 team in the world. They won every game at the Olympics until they got to that final against Brazil. And, you know, as far as improving something in their game specifically, I really can't pinpoint because they are the best offensive team in the world. And they're not quite as good as Japan's defense, but they are a very good defensive team as well. So I'm not sure, Ali, but I know one thing Karch is doing is starting to run a faster offense than the USA has ever run before. So he thinks that quicker offense is going to throw the defenses of the other teams off even more and give them that much more of an edge. Thanks, Ali. Quick set to the back row. Block for Japan. Good cover. Set to the right side. Peo puts it away on the modified slide. Peo was already over to the right side of the court. She still ran a little bit to her right and around and jumped off one foot. And there's that dancing by Team USA that Caitlin Beauregard tweeted me about. Now I see it. They're right in front of me, and they're getting their groove on when the USA gets a point. Peo serves one into the net. Japan 9, USA 5. Tweet from RJ Oraquenio says Japan's defense is sickening. USA's offense is phenomenal. Both teams are so much fun to watch. I could not agree more, RJ. Thanks for that. Set to the outside, and a pancake dig, but it's not going to get more than a couple inches off the floor. That's a kill for the governor, Jordan Larson. Alicia Glass will serve. Jump floater, deep one. Good hands pass. You don't see that very often in the women's game. Great pass. Set to the outside is a bit too far outside, and Alicia Glass thought that was going out of bounds. But great job by Nagaoka to find the back of the court just inside the end line for the kill. 10-6 Japan. The server is Yuki Ishii. 5'11" server, also plays for Hisamitsu Springs in Japan, the professional club volleyball team. Overpass and an easy put away for Aimi Kawashima. Timeout, USA, that's their first team timeout of set number 3. And in these timeouts, I love timeouts because it gives me a chance to see what you guys are saying on Twitter. I'm getting some more tweets in here. This one coming from Gina at R2 Trinzy. Gina says, shout out from Brandywine Volleyball Club in Wilmington, Delaware. Go USA. Well, absolutely go USA, and hello to Brandywine Volleyball Club in Wilmington. Thanks, Gina. That's 2 shout outs to Delaware I've given. Where was the other one to? I think that was Bob Trinzy in Delaware. Thanks for that, guys. I'd love to hear from you wherever you are. I got a tweet from England, all the way over there, across the pond. Boy, England is a phenomenal place. I've been there once, and it was about 8 years ago, so I need to get back. Oh, that was both Trinzas. It was Gina and Bob Trinzy. Both Trinzys. Thanks for that. Serve goes out from Japan, point US. It's 7-11. High toss on the jumper from Jordan Larson Burback. Good pass from Japan. Quick set to the right side. Nagaoka is dug. Chesty dig from Nicole Davis. Nagaoka again tips it off the block. Dug by Glass. High set, tight set. Too tight and around the antenna, and a point for Japan. They're really giving the ball a lot to Miyu Nagaoka on the right side. Very good young player for Japan. Miyu, not quite as young as a lot of these players. She was born in 1991, just is about to have her 22nd birthday on July 25th. That's going to be an ace serve for Aimi Kawashima. And the USA is going to need a similar type of comeback they had in set 2 to win set 3. Deep float serve, good, well, not a good pass. Set to the outside, roll shot dug by Japan. They got a chance to go up 7, but the tip won't fall. Outside, Hildebrand over the block, but dug. Right on top of the net. Having a chance to put it away was Scott. It was sort of a tricky play. Right side, Fawcett down the line and out of bounds. And Japan has doubled the USA score. They're up 14-7. What a response after that set 2 comeback from the USA. Great job by the Japanese national team to go up here in set number 3. And like I said, if we do make it to a set number 4, we will hear my interview with Saori Kimura, all-star superstar player on the Japanese national team. And just a wonderful personality, a really, really great person to talk to. And if we don't make it to a 4th set, if the U.S. makes another comeback, we will hear that interview with Saori during tomorrow's broadcast. But the way it's looking right now, Japan is starting to run away with this one. The Japanese team had the day off yesterday on Thursday. And as a team, they went to Japan. Or they went to Japan. They went to Disneyland. Not in Japan. There is a Disneyland in Japan, but they went to Disneyland here in Anaheim. And not with coaches. Coaches went and did something else. They went shopping. The girls got to spend some time together at Disneyland. 14-7 Japan. Aimi coming off the ace serve, coming off the timeout. Deep one, too deep. Credit that point to Karch Karai calling the timeout and icing the server and getting the misserve long. Danielle Scott will serve. Danielle's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Played at Long Beach State University right here in the Walter Pyramid. Graduated in '93, won a national championship in '93. Right side, Nagaoka takes some speed off of it, and that'll work. That might not have worked if Nicole Davis, the libero, was in the back row on the left side, but good recognition by Nagaoka and taking advantage of the middle blocker playing in the back row. Danielle almost got to that, though. Hybrid serve, it's a good one, good pass though. Sets way too far outside for Fawcett, she keeps it alive. Good set to the outside for Japan, but a little bit early on it was Ishida. Another not so good set for the USA. To the back row, that's a good set to Nagaoka, but she's dug by the diving Nicole Davis. Hildebrand tips it, dug by Nagaoka. Quick back one set, that'll be dug. This is gonna be the 11th time the ball's crossed the net. Nope, because it won't cross the net. Error by Fawcett 3 times. During that rally, Nicole Fawcett was set the ball, and none of those times was she able to connect with her setter. 16-8, Japan on top of the USA, all over the USA here in set number 3. We're at technical timeout number 2. Alberto Olguin at Bolguin6 on Twitter has reached out to me and says, watching the USA exhibition match from good old New Mexico. Thanks for that, Alberto. Great to hear from you. Brian Walterich at Saber11 says, loving the camera angle. Easy to see all the action. Great for young kids to learn how to play defense. It's better than TV. Well, my goodness, that is some phenomenal praise, Brian, and it all goes to our producer, Matt Podswite, who picked out that camera angle. Last year we were here at the Walter Pyramid for the entire men's Norseca Olympic qualifier tournament and had the camera angle right behind the court. Got a lot of good feedback from that. A lot of people liked it better than the side angle. And we decided tonight to even try something, you know, a little bit of a hybrid of those two and be in the diagonal. And I love to hear that feedback, Brian, that it's a really good angle to see everything that's going on and it helps the kids learn. Thanks so much for that, Brian. And speaking of education, learning how to play volleyball, Matt Podswite also runs the CAP, the CAP education program with USA Volleyball. So Google that, CAP Education USA Volleyball. And they'll be posting some videos to help everybody learn the game of volleyball. They'll get that out to coaches around the country. That's the goal. Teams are back on the court. Peo puts it away. We've seen a few big-time swings from Peo, just annihilating the ball. Off a good pass, you can run whatever you want on offense, including that quick set to the middle that almost every time is going to get you only one blocker. And Peo had all sorts of room to work with. Hit it wrist away. Pretty easy jump serve in comparison to most of Nicole's. Good pass by Japan. Great dig by the chest of Nicole Fawcett. Japan, another chance. Ishii is dug. Outside, Hildebrand going hard off the block. Tool time. Another jump serve coming from Nicole Fawcett. USA's within 6. Japan still in control here in set 3. Good pass off a tough serve to the outside. It's too tight. The tip won't go down. Slide set to Peo. Good dig by Japan once again. Another tight set. Good swing, but a good dig by Davis. Hildebrand, roll shot. That's an easy one. Outside, another swing for Ishida, and this one will get down. A little bit of a misplay from Nicole Davis in the back row. It's 17-10, and now we have that double sub coming in. Courtney Thompson will set. Kelly Murphy will hit. Courtney Thompson is the subject of an upcoming volleyball documentary called Court and Spark, and we will hear from Courtney about that documentary during tomorrow's match from San Juan Capistrano. That is looking to be a really, really interesting and really good volleyball film. Hildebrand. Nice dig in the back row by Nagaoka, but the set goes into the antenna. It was a good swing by Kristen. She only had Ishii up there as a blocker to deal with. She careened it off the inside hand of Yuki Ishii, but right there to get the deflection was Miyu Nagaoka. Serve coming from Kristen. It's the jump floater. Going for the deep corner. Not a great pass, but it's high enough for the setter to make it there. And then a good tool kill from Yuki. Got a tweet here from Crow2488. Says, I think our transition game and passing needs to improve. Teams like Brazil are always better there. Thanks for that, Crow. Brazil, number 2 ranked team in the world right now, is a very good transition volleyball team. Quick set to the outside, and that swing goes just wide. And Japan is up by 8, 19-11. Got a tweet from Brenda Greer. Has got to make the serves. I agree, Brenda. A lot of missed serves. Thanks for that. Especially the beginning of this match. I think in the first 12 points from both teams, we saw like 5 or 6 missed serves. Quick set to the middle, and Peo puts it away. That's a deep kill from a middle, and as a coach, that is the perfect swing from one of your middle hitters. You like to see him go for either corner and hit the ball as deep as possible. Hit it within that last 5 feet of the court is an extremely difficult ball to dig. Into the match for the first time tonight is Cassidy Lichtman, 6'1" outside hitter, will serve in place of Peo. She came in as a serving substitute towards the end of the last match as well. She started the last match also. Danielle sends that ball back. Japan, another hit. It's dug. Kelly Murphy. She dug by Nagaoka. Swing out of the middle for Japan. Another dig for Kristen. Good. Quick set to the outside by Courtney. Going a little bit too early for it was Jor. And then a double stuff. Danielle Scott and Jordan Larson-Burback. Cassidy will serve again. Cassidy's from right around here, Poway, California. Went to Stanford University. Big swing out of the middle from Japan. Great dig by Kristen, or rather was that Courtney? I might have missed it. It was either Courtney or Kristen with the dig, but it went right into the net, fell to the ground. Kill out of the middle for Aimi. Cassidy Lichtman back out. Peo back in, but she'll come back out for the libero Nicole Davis, who plays for the USA middle hitters in the back row. Just like Mami. Mami Yoshida plays for the middle hitters in the back row for Japan. Japan taking advantage of another bad passing play by the USA and getting another point. And even people behind me in the crowd talking about it now, how the passing of Japan just looks so much more solid than the USA right now. 21-13 deep float serve. There's a good pass from Kristen, a perfect pass. Set to Murphy, and she just annihilates a ball from the right side. Perfect set for Kelly. 6'2", opposite hitter. Boy, oh boy, what a swing from the young player. Here's Kelly's jump. Good pass for Japan, set to the right side, tip. Boy, a pretty tricky tip, but Danielle was able to turn around and dig it. Swing from Jordan is dug, swing out of the back row is dug, but a net violation on the USA. And according to everybody on the USA court says, I don't know what you saw, but it is point Japan. It was a good swing out of the back row for Ishida. Good dig for the USA, but the net gives the point to Japan. And back into the game, as is per par. Alicia Glass in the back row to set. Nicole Fawcett into the front row to hit, replacing Courtney Thompson and Kelly Murphy, who have done a really nice job in their limited playing time tonight. There's a missed serve from Yuki. That makes it USA 15, Japan 22. Jumper from Jor. Good pass by Mami. And a double stuff again. Kristen Hildebrand, and once again, Danielle Scott Aruda. Great job by Danielle. And Lauren Gibbmeyer's got a few blocks as well, sealing up that net. Your goal as a blocker, just like Danielle did there, is to get your hands across the net, not just high. You want to get them over the net, so if the ball hits it, it goes straight back down. Big time swing from Japan's Ishida right there. Going for the face of Jordan. Jordan just got her hands there in time to deflect it away. 23-16. The server is Aimi. And Aimi Kawashima serves it in the net. 3-point for the USA. That's probably not going to hurt Japan too bad, but you know, that's what I would have said in set 2 when it was 23-17 Japan. Now it's 23-16 Japan. And it would be extremely unlikely for the US to have a comeback like they did in set 2 right away here in set 3, but you never know. Not a good pass from Japan. High set to the outside, too tight. Fawcett puts it away. The dig goes into the stands. 17-23. Both Karch and Coach Manabe for Japan on their feet the entire match, and they are two of the most in control looking coaches. Not a ton of emotion on either of their faces right now. They're just watching, observing. Oh, miss serve from Danielle Scott Aruda, and the crowd lets out a sigh. They were hoping for another cool comeback. I guess it's still possible, but very unlikely. Japan just needs one more point. And I think I was 1 point behind on the score. I was saying 16 and 17. It was actually 17 and now 18. It's 24-18 set point for Japan. Hybrid serve. Good pass. Set to the right side. Fawcett is dug back over the net. What a dig. Fawcett again. Tips the block. Another great dig, this time by Miyashita. And then the tip will go down from Ishida. Great defense. Phenomenal comeback after that set 2 loss. Great job by Japan. We've got 3 minutes until the start of set number 4. And during that break, we're going to hear from a superstar in Japan on this national team, outside hitter, 2-time Olympian Saori Kimura.
So you went to Disneyland yesterday. Did you like it? And what was your favorite? What was your favorite ride?
昨日ディズニーランド行きましたけど、何が一番楽しいところでした？
何が楽しかったかな。あんまりチームのみんなで そういうところには行ったことないので、チームワークを深めるためにも良かったと思います。
She said so. Not so many times to go to Disneyland, any park, Disneyland thing, and then they enjoyed team bonding. So not focusing on attraction. So that's a good thing. So to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, it's cool that you said that because my second question is you spend a lot of time with your teammates. How does spending so much time and forming those friendships help you all as a team on the court?
どれぐらいチームのみんなと時間をこのチームで過ごしたのか、そして、そのフレンドシップ、チームメンバーとのフレンドシップがどのようにコート上で生かされるか、どういうふうに思いますか？
このメンバーがガラッと変わってチームカラーも変わった形では6月の後半からみんなで集合して今1ヶ月ぐらい経ってるんですけど、本当にこの時期にやっぱ世界ランキング1位のアメリカと試合をできるっていうのはすごい自分たちにとってもありがたいですし、しっかりこの機会を自分たちのものにして帰れるようにしたいと思います。
So they organized the team almost around the second part of June, and after that, so they stayed with together, and then so now so they came to the United States. She is also looking forward to playing with the US, which is ranking first in the world. So they want to try to best, and they want to try to figure out so what they need.
Cool. Thank you. Arigato.
Saori Kimura, such a fun person to talk to. She's got a wonderful personality, a great smile. She's been on this team for, I believe, longer than anybody else on the court right now. She is one of the players that does not play in Japan. She plays for a very good team in Istanbul, Vakifbank in Istanbul, professional volleyball club. In August, Saori will turn 27 years old. So she is most assuredly not old, but in comparison to, say somebody like Haruka Miyashita, her teammate, who is still 18 years old. She's a senior, veteran on the team. So teams are back on the court. It is 2-1. Looking at the USA lineup, Kelly Murphy is in the front row. She will start this set, as will Kim Hill. Kim Hill will be a starting outside hitter. Back to serve is Kristen Hildebrand. I'm looking at the Japan lineup, trying to see if I see any changes. I don't think I do. Serve goes out of bounds. First point to Japan. Kawashima will serve. Jump floater, deep one, good pass by Kim, her first contact of the night. Back to Kelly, she rips one, good dig, and what a diving stab to keep it alive by the middle hitter, Aimi, but nobody could get to the third contact. Great effort though, and phenomenal touch. Good pass once again. I'm starting to sound like a broken record by Japan. Great dig in the back row by Kristen. She'll get the set, and she will pound one down. What an all-around play from Kristen Hildebrand. By the way, we got a couple of tweets from the Trinsies in Delaware, and I'm going to guess they're related to our technical coordinator, the USA team technical coordinator, Joe Trinsie. Thanks for that information from our producer, Matt Podswite. Hi to the Trinsies. Oh, what a rip from the left side by Mizuho Ishida. So on this 15-player roster for Japan, they only got 14 that are available to play. Very very unfortunately, the other Saori Takahashi, sprained her ankle on Japan's first day here in practice. I believe that was on Monday. So I don't know how serious it is. She is on crutches, but it is a sprained ankle, so it probably isn't too terrible. Meanwhile, Kelly Murphy destructs on a ball. But unfortunately for Japan, Takahashi is not in play. She looks in good spirits, though. Saw her earlier today. So hopefully she'll recover from that just fine. So 14 players available for Japan. Serve, that'll not be an ace serve because there was a second contact, but definitely a service winner from Kelly Murphy. One of the 3 jump servers, her, Jordan Larson, and Nicole Fawcett. She's got a good one, the lefty. I am seeing good things from this player from Illinois. Great pass from Japan again, and a good deep kill from the middle hitter. And that's Riho Atake. Jump floater. And that's a deep one, and it's a little too far wide. It would have been inside the back line, but it was a few feet wide. Kim Hill will serve for the first time tonight for the USA. 5 serving 3. Jump floater, deep one. Might have been going out of bounds, but it was taken. And it's going to be an ace. Good serve from Kim Hill. That was headed straight for the corner. I'm not sure if it would have gone out of bounds, but who cares? It's an ace. It's 6-3 USA. USA just 1 set away, this set away from winning the match. Japan will need to win this one to extend it to a 5th. Good pass from the libero again. Set to the outside. It was a tight set, but a great swing from Yuki Ishii. Ayumi Kawashima back into the front row. Riho Otake will serve. Float serve, good pass from the U.S. Set to the back row. Murphy, what a dig by Nagaoka. Outside, Hildebrand hits it off the block. That's an easy dig. In the middle, off the block and getting to the ground is the ball from Ayumi Kawashima. 5-6. Good float serve. Pretty good pass from Nicole Davis. Shot down the middle. Good dig. Making it look easy is Ishida. And then a roof and hitting back off the leg of the hitter. So it's a point for the USA. Peo and Hildebrand probably would have been, or rather Peo and Glass would have been sending that ball out of bounds. It would have been a tool kill for Ishii, but she had no time to get out of the way of it. It came right back down and hit her in the right knee. Not a good pass from Japan. Not a good set to the right side. Free ball for the USA. Good pass from Peo. Hildebrand over the block down the line, and it gets to the ground. The USA reaches technical timeout number 1. It's 8-5 here in set 1. And I get to more of your tweets right now from Ashley Haybor at Ashley02_07 says, broadcast Mark, love the live feed. Great way to make women's indoor volleyball accessible. Go USA. Thanks, Ashley. Got one from Tori at Victoria Pinedo 3. Shout out from Kissimmee, Florida. Well, what's up, Tori? Thanks for watching all the way from Kissimmee, Florida. Glad you could get the feed and glad you're enjoying the match. Got one from Joanna Mello at Joanna Mello SS. Says USA and Japan are 2 of the most technical teams in the world. Thank you for the broadcast, watching all the way from Brazil. Oh, thank you for that, south of the equator, Joanna Mello. Got another one from Crow. Crow 2488 again says Fawcett doesn't need to hit tight to the line. Smaller blocker has all that room everywhere else. LOL. And I know what you're saying, Crow, a couple times. That Fawcett hit out down the line. Just a couple feet out. You're saying she had more room, didn't need to go quite that much to the line. Thanks for that, Crow. Going from Lewis at VBman09 says, great job covering the game. Well, thank you. Keep up the good work from Long Island, New York. Thanks, Lewis. Back in the game, good pass from the U.S. off a tough short serve. Pancake dig by Kelly Murphy. The USA keep it alive. Dump attempt, that'll fall to the ground, and Kim Hill in the back row, I think, really should have recognized it a bit sooner than she did. I saw all the way from my point in the stands that pretty early that the Japanese setter, Miyashita, was going to dump that. Kim didn't quite recognize it. It was a well-placed ball. Haruka to serve. Not a great pass, but Kristen will get the set on the outside. What a diving stab dig from Mami Yoshida. And then the block, though, from Danielle Scotteruta and Alicia Glass. Got another tweet here from Brian Walterich. Says, thanks for saying my name properly. Well, you're welcome. I do my best. What time is tomorrow's match, says Brian. It is at the same time, 7 p.m. from San Juan Capistrano. You can get it right back here on USAVolleyballCup.com. Thanks, Brian. 7 p.m. tomorrow. There's a tool kill for Ishii, and Ishii will serve. Japan 7, USA 9. Good pass by the USA. Oh, what a dig in the back row again. Ishii this time. Going down the line is Ishida, and a phenomenal dig from Glass. Set outside to Kelly. She tips it. She's dug. Nagaoka. Oh, what a sprawling dig from Kim Hill. Kept alive by Davis. Hill sends it over. Long rally out to the outside. Another dig from Alicia Glass on the line swing by Ishida, but this one makes it to the ground. And Mizuho gets the kill. Boy, great rallies, and that was not a rally where it was a bunch of tips or roll shots, easy digs. Those were all really solid digs. Japan 8, USA 9. That is a tough, deep float serve. It's overpassed, free play, and Ishida does not disappoint the Japanese fans. She puts it away. 9-9, Japan has tied things up. Jump floater. That's out of bounds wide. It's 10-9. Kristen Hildebrand will serve. Got a tweet from Elizabeth Zwicker. I'll get to it in a second. Kristen Hildebrand, jump float serve. Looking to get up by 2 again. Good pass from Japan. Nagaoka roofed. What a cover by Ishii. A good second touch just over the outstretched arm of Ishida, but what a great cover by Ishii on the block. Kept it alive for a second. Boy, Japan is just never out of these points. Elizabeth Zwicker at Linguistic Nurse says, watch Courtney Thompson turn this streak around. And assuming you're talking about Elizabeth back in that third set. Sorry it took me so long to get to your tweet, but yeah, Courtney is a player who can turn any streak around, plays with such passion on the court. Thank you for that, Elizabeth. Big time swing from the big lefty, Kelly Murphy. I met Kelly's father, who I think his name was Scott, but I could be getting that wrong. I only got a few thousand names running through my head. But I met Kelly Murphy's father at a practice last week at the ASC in Anaheim. He was out here from Illinois for a week to check things out. Hope you enjoyed your time in SoCal and are getting the broadcast real nice right now. If you're not even, you might even be in the stands. I don't know. Swing goes out of bounds. Oh, did they get a touch on the block? The head referee is the one to make that call. The line judge said no touch. Neither of the line judges said a touch, but the head referee says that was right in front of me. I saw that clip somebody's finger, to the dismay of the crowd and the USA team. But he says he saw the touch. Point, Japan. Good pass. Sets a little high for Danielle. Dug by the Japan team. Easy dig there for Kim Hill. Quick set. Better set to Danielle. She rips one, but she's dug. Aimi Kawashima. Another chance. Outside. Kim Hill off the block. Nice job to turn around and dig that one by Nagaoka. The second contact has barely gotten up. In the middle, the third swing of the point for Danielle Scott Aruda, and this one goes to the floor. Eventually, after Miyashita, of course, got a touch on it. Jack McLean at Jack McLean 13 says, why is Jordan Larson's nickname the Governor? That is a question I do not have the answer to, Jack, but I will do my best to find that. I'll find that out for tomorrow's match, so tweet me that again tomorrow, Jack. Set to the right side. Good play by Nagaoka. That ball was right at her fingertips. I saw that she wasn't going to be able to get a good swing. She managed to, without lifting it and without too long of a contact, sort of throw it into the blocker's hands and was able to get the tool kill. Good play by Miyu Nagaoka, who goes back to serve. Japan 11, USA 13. Hybrid serve. Great pass. Peo, what a dig in the front row by Ishida. They keep so many balls alive, do these Japan women. Oh, what a dig from Ishii. Back row, Nagaoka is not blocked. That ball never cleared the net. The USA gets the point eventually, and man, it is taking the USA a long time to get these points. They're doing a very nice job of staying with it, though. They have learned to never give up. Never give up on the point. When you hit the ball over the net and you think it's going to go to the ground, it is not always the case against this Japan team. Good sprawling pass from Mami. Peo, the slide, another dig, kept alive, but around the antenna. The ball cannot go outside the antenna, so that's point USA. And at 15-11 USA, we've got a timeout from Coach Masayoshi Manabe and Japan. The assistant coaches for Japan are Gen Kawakita, Shigekatsu Okubo. Let me try that again. Shigekatsu Okubo and Kenji Saito. I talked to Gen on Wednesday. Gen Kawakita speaks perfect English and acts as a bit of a liaison for this Japan team. Really great guy. Assistant coach. First listed assistant coach to Coach Manabe. Of course, the assistants, as I mentioned, for Team USA are Tom Black. He's the current head coach at Loyola Marymount University, and Reed Sunahara, who was the head coach at the University of Cincinnati for, I believe, 12 years. He was involved in that program for 15 years, led the program to a couple Big East championships. He was the coach of the year multiple times, including the last year he coached. He was the Big East champion, got coach of the year. His last year he coached, I believe that was 2010. Could have that wrong. I think it was 2010, and then he decided to step down and pursue other things like becoming an assistant coach with the USA women's national team. Very experienced coaching staff in Reed Sunahara. Tom Black's been around the game for a long time. And of course, Karch. You know how long he's been around. And Japan gets the point. Overpass kill for Otake. Japan 12, USA 15. Oh, miscommunication. Kelly Murphy thought Kim Hill was going to get it. Kim Hill thought Kelly Murphy was going to get it. Turns out neither of them were going to get it. Point Japan. Back to serve is Mizuho Ishida. Jump floater from Mizuho. That goes well long and out of bounds. Point USA. That will bring us to technical timeout number 2. And I have got some more tweets to get here too, so let's do that, shall we? Got another one here from Victoria at Tori Bo Rosen. Says OMG GG. That's a triple G. Everybody notice that? That is a triple G. Broadcast mark just noticed me. Well, that's your second shout out of the night, Victoria. I have noticed you. Thanks for the tweets. I think that was your second one. I think you got a hold of me. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. You said hello earlier. Thanks for those, Victoria. Danielle Pennington says shout out, question mark, exclamation point, smiley face with 4 smiles. Absolutely, shout out Danielle Lynn 24. Don't know where you're tweeting me from. Let me know, Danielle. Where are you coming from? I'll give you the shout out anyway. Thanks, Danielle. Another one from let's see, from Crow 2488 says, like watching a University of Florida match again. Murphy killing balls. Absolutely, Crow. Murphy is playing very well in her first and in her very early appearance here with the USA. She also played in the Pan American Cup and won a gold medal with Team USA. Thanks for that, Crow. Deep serve. Kept alive by the libero. Swing down the line. Very well placed shot and a nice swing by Yuki Ishii. Great pass by Kim Hill. Oh my goodness, that was a quick slide to Peo, and she pounded away. So normally a slide's a little bit higher than that, maybe pushed out a little bit more to the pin. The pin is the antenna, and boy, Peo. That was a much quicker slide right next to the setter. She serves the ball long, point Japan, but that slide was more like a back one. So a traditional middle hit is right in the middle in front of the setter, a one. If it's right on the other side of the setter, it's a back one. And that was a slide that didn't quite go out as far as a normal slide. It was a little closer to the setter. I'll call it a slide back one. That was nice. High set outside. Hildebrand rips one off the block, but she's dug by Mami. And then out of the back row, Ishida puts it away for Japan. It is 16-17, 1 point game here in set 4. If the USA wins it, if they get to 25, win by 2 first, they win this match. If Japan gets to 25, win by 2 first, we are going to a deciding 5th set where you got to win by 2. Oh, what a dump by Alicia Glass, not recognized by Aimi Kawashima in the front row for Japan. That was a quick, tight pass, and Glass decided to dump it, and she did it with some force, catching the Japan defense off guard. We've seen her do that twice. She's got the kill both times. We've seen the Japan setter, Haruka Miyashita, try a dump once. She got the kill when she did it. Doesn't happen very often in the international game, but when it does, it often works. Serve goes long from Alicia. Japan 17, USA 18. Yuki to serve, Yuki Ishii. Jump floater from her, just clears the net. Pass wayward, set straight up to Hildebrand, and she bangs one off the block back to the USA side and out of bounds. Kill for Kristen Hildebrand, 19-17. Short serve, recognized by Aimi. And I really think the setter could have got both her hands on that. Miyashita, she decided to bump set it. Block USA, cover. Block USA, cover. Outside, block USA, cover. Outside, not a block USA, net violation USA. I believe that was Danielle Scott-Aruda, and she slapped her own leg with a big smile on her face. And the veteran would, of course, not get too disappointed by that. She'll just laugh it off. 3 solid blocks by that USA front row. And really going for that 4th one. Reached a little bit too far into the net and got the top of it. Not a great pass. Good set by Alicia Glass. Rip in the angle and a phenomenal dig by Saori, but then the first double contact of the night. Miscontacted ball in the back row from Ishii. Saori Kimura will come back out of the game. Danielle Scott will serve. 20-18. USA is just 5 points away potentially from ending this match. Once again, you can do the same thing you're doing right now and tune into USAVolleyballCup.com. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. we'll be coming at you from J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano, where the USA does a lot of exhibition matches, and this is going to be looking to be another very fun match tomorrow, just like we've had on Wednesday and tonight. Once again, that's at 7 p.m. Good short float serve. Pretty decent pass by Ishii. That's a roll shot that's going to be dug. Can the USA go up by 3 late? Kim Hill says, yes, we can. The libero for Japan says, no, you can't. But eventually the ball will get to the ground. Boy, oh boy, phenomenal effort by both teams on that play. USA is up 21-18, and that will draw a timeout from Coach Manabe. Let's get to more of these tweets. Allie Webster got a hold of me again. Allie with 2 L's. Hey, Allie. Allie says, do you think all the missed serves are because of the depth perception of the pyramid? Good point, Allie. I'm glad you brought that up. The Walter Pyramid is a wonderful place to watch a volleyball match. And, you know, I've heard, I call a lot of games at Cal State Northridge, and everybody says it's a fun environment to play in, but it is a very odd place to play because of just that, Allie, the depth perception. The Walter Pyramid is really something to see if you've never been here. It's very different from any other stadium. It is just that, a pyramid. When you walk in, if you walk in ground level, you actually have to go down about 20 feet to get to the court level. When you look up, you see the very top of the pyramid, which is probably, oh, I don't know, 150 feet above the court. The scoreboard, or rather the speaker system, is about 75 feet above the court. And the lights are in very odd positions on the diagonals of the court, so it's a very different look that you get when you serve. So it is, you know, very odd and very difficult to serve. So that may very well be, Allie, that the missed serves are partly due to that strange depth perception. Thanks, Allie. There's a kill off the block. The diving Daniel Scotteruda didn't quite make it there to get the pancake down. Got a tweet from Mike Botts, B-O-T-T-S, says, great detailed broadcast, Mark. Go USA from Minnesota. Well, thanks for that, Mike. I appreciate that compliment. I am glad you're having a good time watching the game. Good pass for the USA. Kelly Murphy gets the touch on the block and gets the kill. Perfect timing for this tweet from Stephanie Shiramitsu. It says, Kelly Murphy is a beast. This is not opinion, it's scientific fact. Well, thanks for that, Stephanie. I can't say I disagree. She is a very good player. Kelly will serve. Tips the net. Nice job by the libero to Mami to stay with it. Set to the outside. Good dig in the back row by Kristen Hildebrand. Kim Hill. Good dig again by Mami. Oh, it's almost kept alive. Great effort by Haruka Miyashita. Can't keep it alive. Point USA. They are 2 points away. Good serve again. Nagaoka is blocked, or actually she hit it into the net. No touch on the block. Match point, USA 24-19 in set number 4. Kelly Murphy still at the line. Here's her jump serve. Good one. Good pass from Ishida. Set to the back door. Nagaoka says not quite yet. Good swing. Ishida will serve. Good pass by Hildebrand, chasing the setter a little bit to the right. That will be a kill and a finish to the match by Kim Hill. The USA win this one in 4 sets, 4 hard-fought sets. They take the second match, just like they took the first one in 4 sets. The first match was really competitive all the way throughout with very, very close scores the entire time. This one was still competitive. The scores were a little more lopsided, and we saw a bit more sloppy play. I'll say the overall level of play was better on Wednesday, but no less excitement tonight in a phenomenal environment at the Walter Pyramid here on the campus of Long Beach State. I'm looking at my producer. I'm going to try to get a few more minutes with you here on the air to get to a few more of your tweets. And I'm going to wait if I get a thumbs up from Matt all the way up on the concourse and I'll stay on the air with you for a little bit. I got the thumbs up. So shoot me a tweet. I'll be on here for, let's say, five-ish more minutes, somewhere right around there. So if you want to shout out or you want to say something, please shoot me a tweet at BroadcastMark. Let's go to some right now. Danielle Pennington again. I had asked where she was coming from. She wanted to shout out. Didn't say where she was from, so I wanted to see where she was. Danielle got back to me. Says, I'm from Bettendorf, Iowa, but in Denver, Colorado at DU, Denver University Camp with Tom Hogan. Thanks for that, Danielle. Awesome. Glad you could watch from Colorado. I'm actually originally from Denver, Colorado. I was born in Denver. Great place. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada. But yeah, I was born in Denver, a big-time Rockies fan. They're not doing so great now, but we won't get into that. But thanks for that, Danielle. Another one from Tori, Victoria Pinedo 3, says, I love it when Alicia Glass dumps the ball on the other side of the net like that. Fast with force and sneaky. Hashtag setter power. I'm imagining you're a setter then, Tori. And I agree. I really love when she does that. She doesn't do it very often, but when she does, at least both times tonight, she really caught the defense off guard. It went down for a kill. Thanks for the tweets tonight, Tori. Got one from Sarah Chapman here, says, greetings from Austin, Texas. Well, greetings to you, Sarah. Home of the national champions, absolutely. Thanks for that, Sarah. Speaking of national champions, looking at this USA roster, there are a lot of national champions on the women's national team, as you would imagine. Jordan Larson-Burback won a national championship at Nebraska in 06. Kristen Hildebrand at Stanford in 04. Krista Harmato, Penn State, 07 and 08. That incredible four-year run, 07, 08, 09, and 10. Penn State winning the national championship. Danielle Scott-Aruda won one here at Long Beach State back in 1993. She was the player of the year nationally that year. Let's see here. We got another Penn State player in Nicole Fawcett. She won the championship in 07 and 08, teammate of Krista Harmato. Also another one of their teammates, the setter Alicia Glass. She graduated in 09, so she was a part of three national championship teams, 07, 08, and 09. And then Nicole Davis, libero, starting libero, Olympian from Stockton, California. She played for USC, the University of Southern California Trojans, graduated in 03. So she won a national championship in 02 and 03, including an undefeated season in 2003 with the Trojans. Lots of players were also runner-ups to that Penn State run. And I'm sure they're not too fond of that, but they're teammates now playing with the other players. So yeah, a lot of really solid players, a lot of players of the year, national players of the year, national freshmen of the year on this squad. A lot of phenomenal players coming together to play as a team for their country, and it is so much fun to watch, so much fun to call a game like this, and I'm so glad we were able to bring you this webcast. But check it out, and hopefully more and more to come in the future, and including tomorrow. If you can't make it out to San Juan Capistrano, a beautiful area between LA and San Diego. It's in Orange County. Just a phenomenal place. San Juan Capistrano, a really good venue, as all these venues have been. That's at J. Sarah High School. If you can't make it down there tomorrow night at 7 p.m., well, then you can watch the game once again right here on USAVolleyballCup.com. Matt Podswike's the producer. I'm Mark Sherman. By the way, I didn't really say anything about myself. I'll give a quick little bio here before I get off the air. My name is Mark Sherman. I graduated from Cal State Northridge in May with my broadcast journalism degree, and I played volleyball, played beach volleyball, still play beach volleyball, played indoor volleyball at Santa Monica College under the great beach volleyball player John Mayer, and also Billy Allen, a pro beach volleyball player. And I just love volleyball, and I love broadcast, and I love bringing you these games, and I'm getting the sign from my producer that we got to get off the air. So I will say goodbye and good night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Once again, 7 p.m. Last ditch tweet here from Roland Davison says, I'm in London. Mark, please give a shout out to all my friends in Japan watching today's game. Thank you. Thank you, Roland. Thank you for all the tweets, everybody. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow. Good night.